Welcome to PopCulture Reacts as we are working our way through Rammstein's self-titled slash non-titled album. And we are at track 8,
We are.
Diamant, or Diamond, and the shortest song of the album,
Ah, yeah. I've got it,
coming
isn't
in
it? I've
a,
just seen the
a grand 2.5 minutes.
just seen the runtime for it. I hadn't looked at that beforehand. I mean, again, short can be as good as long, as good as medium, can't it? It really it depends on what the song is, but I tend to think of them as longer songs, but maybe just maybe some of the longer ones are more memorable. But yeah, a nice 2.5 minute ditty. Not going to do anyone any
Yes.
harm, is it?
So obviously you've been loving this album so
I
far.
have, I have. Long may it continue. Though I can't remember which track I said it on. Um, regardless, at this point, you kind of go great album, don't you? Um, if the last four tracks are balls, then that's still a great. It's still going to be a great album, isn't it? So
Yeah. So shall we get our shiny diamonds on?
yes. Some reason, Diamond Lights, Diamond Whites. What was it? The
Diamond
Chris
White.
Waddle, Glenn
That's
Hoddle song crossed through my
Diamond
mind.
Light. Was it Diamond Light or Diamond Eyes? Can't remember.
Let's not spoil a great track by thinking of terrible songs
Hoddle and
performed
Waddle.
by English footballers. Yeah. Right. Let's do this.
Du bist so schön, so wunderschön. Ich will nur dich, immer nur dich ansehen. Lässt die Welt um mich verblassen. Kann den Blick nicht von dir lassen. Und dieses Funkeln, deine Augen, will die Seele aus mir saugen. Du bist schön wie ein Diamant, schön anzusehen wie ein Diamant. Doch bitte lass mich gehen. Wie ein Juwel so klar und rein. Dein feines Licht war mein ganzes Sein. Wollte dich ins Herzen fassen. Doch was nicht lieben kann, muss hassen. Und dieses Funkeln, deine Augen, wird die Seele aus mir saugen. Du bist schön wie ein Diamant, schön anzusehen wie ein Diamant. Doch bitte lass mich gehen. Welche Kraft, was für ein Schein. Wunderschön wie ein Diamant, doch nur ein Stein.
So, Mr. Seddon, what did you think of Diamond?
There's that age old saying about always leave them wanting more, and I did want more. I don't really liked it. And when I say I wanted more, I guess if there had been more, you'd be looking to maybe have a musical transition into something maybe a bit harder if you're coming back for another verse, another chorus. But when I say wanting more, not to its detriment either. It's not like I'm like, oh, that would be brilliant if it only had another verse and chorus. That was more of a testament to how much I was enjoying it. I thought that's fantastic. Sits snugly into I'm loving this album territory, and this has done no harm
Yeah,
to that reputation so far.
yeah. Again, this is one of those of I'm pretty sure probably lyrically has come as a poem prior to becoming a song because it flows so much that it should be on the written page and sort of as a sonnet of some description. But this is one of those of in English, the lyrics are wonderful. They're very poetic. It's all really, really cool.
Yeah,
But this is one of those of where, because of the German tone and
yeah.
the German language, that it just makes it sound better. It,
It almost feels daft to say because I know we said it a couple of times, but you it it has such a nice lilt to it, lyrically delivered, as you say in that German tone that I'm almost reading the translation and going, no, it's too perfect for it to sound so good and translate to this. But because yeah, I don't. I mean, maybe there is someone who does a rendition of it in English, but as you say, the content of the lyrics are fantastic, but you just know they wouldn't sound the same in any way,
yeah,
shape, or form. And but yeah, I'm with you. It's something, and I don't know. We've done a few bands from around the world, haven't we? And I think I don't know whether it's even a trick of the mind that we trick ourselves into going. Um, I love what they're saying, and I love how they're saying it in another language, or not. But it just works, and it doesn't feel like it should. But that might be my
yeah.
pea brain, one language mind finding it very hard to fathom how multilingual things could work.
Because this is like the one that gets me on this one is where it's wonderful like a diamond, wunderschön und ein Diamant.
Yeah,
Just so much, you know, it's the same. It's exactly the same thing because it literally translates word for
sounds
word
better though,
into
doesn't
it,
it? Yeah,
but it just sounds so much better. And
and I
it's
don't
just
know.
got that.
I
It's got a
to,
bit more of a romantic hauntingness to it in
and
German.
to sing that in English feels a little bit more like you're having to ah, deliberately drag that out to make it have the same like length, but even I don't know to have the same passion. But as you say, and like picking up on some of the lyrics, that like very much a song about um, I guess the dangers of beauty, like that you can love something that's so beautiful visually, but inherently it's not, and it's dangerous for you because you're not getting what you need out of it, or they're not treating you in a good way. But yeah, it does. You know, I'm ever impressed with how the German language sounds in song, but I'm going to say as delivered in a lot of their tracks. You know, like I don't want to just suggest that everything sung in German would sound beautiful. I think the way they craft it is what adds those layers of beauty to it. Like I'm a sucker for an acoustic at the best of times, but I do kind of want that acoustic to have character, and this has it. And as you said, like it's both beautiful and haunting and sad, all rolled into one. And you only get that, I think, when someone or someone's in this case are creating at the top of their game, because I think if any of those elements are slightly off or slightly underwhelming or under par, I don't think you get
Mm.
such a good end product. Go back to the acoustic. I think it sounds great, but also, you know, who hasn't heard a shit busker? Like, who can play better than I can, but like it sounds very lackluster if it's or insipid if it doesn't have that kind of great craft and skill behind it.
Yeah, and the thing is, with as you say, with the lyrics again, like with Vassis Lieber, depending on where you are and what you bring to this will depend on what you take from this as well. I think because like
Yeah,
lyrically, it's very much I love you because you're so pretty. You are pretty as a diamond. I look at your eyes and I see this shiningness like in diamonds. But it's that in that thing of like, am I am I only here because it's the shiny thing and it's the pretty thing? And where he's like, please let go. I want to hold you with my heart, and it's like, wow. And it's like, oh yeah, and it wants to suck your soul out.
yeah.
And it's just like,
But
just
even
that.
within
Oh
that, so at first kind of, and at first listen, but I'll use the term read as well because we're reading along with the lyrics at the same time, as we're reading the English lyrics. At first intake, I kind of lean towards the yes, someone that you love and someone that holds within them both probably initially beauty, but certainly at all times physical beauty, physical perfection, or something like that. But as I said earlier, I take it as but they're not. They're bad for you, or they aren't treating you right, or something like that. But even while we've been talking, like one of the things that kind of crossed my mind of going, and interpretation and great songs being interpretable in every way is that the person that Till is singing about in here might actually be perfect, but this is his inability or the narrator's inability to actually accept that someone who is so perfect could ever love them, that they're the flawed
yeah,
person and things like that. And but that's not to get too like into like this side of it because we talk about it on other videos with Rammstein and other bands. I think both of us, we love a song with a message, love a political message as long as it's not a gross political message. But I do more often than not resonate with same in music as I do with films and things like that. Content and art that you can interpret in multiple ways, but never feel like it has to be a right or wrong way.
yeah,
And that's the kind of interesting thing is the more you percolate on it and the more you permeate it for your brain, you see these extra layers that you didn't see first time. Because often then we do the reactions. Often first time you get one crack at it and you're kind of like bang go. And even while you're talking, your brain's catching up with thoughts that it hadn't had when you first started doing it. And a great song performed beautifully, and I think with a load of depth to it that you could come back to in a year's time and feel very differently about it depending on where you are in your world or stuff that you've seen going on around you. But yeah, good work again.
yes.
When's
So as
when's the
always,
blooper coming? When's the pupper coming?
we already had
Don't
Doll.
spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
So as always, down there, let us know what you think of Diamant. YouTube things like subscribe, ring bells, and all that other jazz.
Don't don't if you've never heard it before, get curious and go and try and find Chris Huddle and so
Glenn
Glenn
Hoddle
Hoddle
and
and
Chris
Chris
Waddle.
Waddle. Yeah, Diamond Lights. It's awful. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't. And we'll be back very soon with Weit Weg. But until then, Auf Wiedersehen.